cars, 14 of those pink Cadillacs. She debuted as a sales director on February 1st, 1989 at 26 years old. She's been a star consultant 141 quarters. Wow! She's been in the National Court of Sales 16 times, the National Court of Sharing 1 time, Triple Star 1 time, 22 appearances in the Circle of Achievement, 10 times in the Circle of Excellence, winning top director trips to China, Maui, London, Rome, Alaska, Buenos Aires, Oahu, Scotland, Barcelona, and Maui again. Her highest unit club, $800,000. She's married to Brad with 2 daughters, Hannah and Sophia. Please welcome to the stage, Cleta Colson-Eyre.
Make this tighter, point this up, and stand like this, so I look thinner. Okay. Thank you so much for this awesome conference. I mean, this has been the best. That's why I drive all the way from South Georgia, exit 5, up to here to come to it. It's so good. Thank you so much, you beautiful nationals. So, I wanted to tell you a little bit of my story, but before I do, I want to just thank my beautiful consultant from Woodstock, Georgia, Deborah Heath. First time that I have actually laid personal, one-on-one, in-person eyes on her. So thank you for coming, and you're why I'm here today, and I know you're going to do big things. And thank you for my handsome husband who was so supportive, and he loves the Mary Kay people just as much as I do in the events. So I just want to tell you a little bit about how I got started with my business a million years ago. You're like 141 quarters, that's a lot. It's a lot of years. So I joined Mary Kay, but before I tell you how I joined, let me tell you that I had heard of Mary Kay. My grandmother's name was Mary Catherine, spelled with a K. And people called her Mary Kay. She sold Mary Kay in the 60s, you guys. I thought she was Mary Kay. She had blonde hair. I mean, she had bags that had her name on it. I mean, you know. And she sold it. I had 2 aunts that sold Mary Kay. And of course, my mother wore Mary Kay. And so I don't know why I'm standing here. So my mother wore Mary Kay. She had the mask that was in the little things that you mix with water. Anybody that, okay, yep, some of my oldie goldies remember that. Anyway, so I used the Pearl lip gloss when I was growing up in high school. That is all I used to Mary Kay. I went to college. I went to Arkansas. It was at Harding University, a Christian college in Arkansas. And I graduated with a computer information systems major. I played basketball in college. I did wear makeup. We are from Georgia in the South, right? So we all wore makeup, you know, at whatever time our mama let us. I didn't do a good job. I did not wear dresses. I like to wear pants and jeans, really jeans. Okay, so, but this girl, I took a job and I worked at the computer center as an administrative computer center operator after I graduated. I made a little over minimum wage, $4.05 an hour. Can you get excited? Okay, and so there was another lady that also worked at Harding, and she sold Mary Kay. And she was about 13, 17 years older than me, which, I mean, she was in her 30s, but, you know, in my mind, she's a lot older than me. So she and I used to go to watch basketball games, and my boyfriend, her husband, and she would say, hey, you need to try this Mary Kay. I'm like, Grandma wears that? I don't think so. I'm way too cool for that. So I would go to Walmart. Okay, and I got my makeup there. And so I put her off. I used to get these World of Beauty, $9.99 every month. I'd have a World of Beauty little packet with various types of makeup in it that didn't match what I wore, but I wore them anyway. Anyway, she finally wore me down. I mean, she asked me for a facial. I can't even tell you how many times. And finally, I just said yes. I said, okay, Sandra, I will come over and I will have a facial. I didn't even bring money. No money, because I knew I wasn't going to like it and I wasn't going to buy anything. So I went to her house, we did a facial. At the time, they had a thing where you put your colors and you were either warm or cool. And they do your eye makeup and your blush according to that. So mine was all over the place. So we did, I'm like, am I a bipolar color person? I did pink on one side and brown on the other. But y'all, my face felt so good when I finished that I had to buy it with no money. So I said to Sandra, I guess I'm going to have to buy the skincare set, and I need concealer because my face is broken out. I always have broken out skin. And I said, I need concealer, I need foundation. So she walked into her little bedroom. She comes out with a pink sack. I'm like, I'm an impulse buyer. Anybody else? Has she not, I promise you, I would have canceled my order because I really couldn't afford it. So I said, I don't have any money with you. She goes, that's okay. She knew we got paid every Thursday. So every Thursday, I had to go give her $20 so I got it paid off. And that's what I did. Payment plan every Thursday. Can y'all believe it? So then I thought, I really would like to, oh, by the way, and it cleared my face up. Like totally cleared my face up in just a couple weeks. I didn't have any blemishes. I really couldn't believe it. So I wanted the skincare, the color, so I booked a party. So I booked a party with her. I had 5 of my friends come over. I thought they're probably not going to buy anything, but she assured me I could get some free stuff. They all bought product. I got all my color stuff free. And when I got done, I remember calling my mom. I was in this little 1-bedroom apartment. And I said, I told my mom about it. Of course, she's still using Mary Kay. She was thrilled that I was using Mary Kay. She said, Cleta, you ought to think about selling that. She said, that give you some extra money. Because I graduated from college. I had a job. I had an apartment. But they were still paying my rent. I still was driving the car that they gave me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was independent, yet not independent. And so she probably thought, you need to make more money because we're tired of like giving you money all the time. So I told my consultant, I said, my mama said that she thinks that I ought to sell Mary Kay. And my friend goes, well, I think you'd be great at it. So she sat down and talked to me about it. At the time, the kit was $85. And I said, we called it a beauty showcase. And I thought in my mind, well, that's it. Because I only made $120 a week when they took out all the stuff. That was my check. And I thought, oh, well, that's it. They didn't take credit cards, by the way. That was it. Story was over. So I did not tell her that. I said, well, you know, after thinking about this, I'm just super busy. I was not busy, y'all. It's cross-stitching at night. I'm not even kidding. My last cross-stitch was 1985. And so she said, and she's like, oh, I just thought you'd be so good. You asked me. I'm like, I know, but yeah, I changed my mind. I'm too busy. So she goes, well, just go to a meeting with me. So she started inviting me these Monday night meetings. You guys, I did not want to go to a Monday night meeting. First of all, it's an hour away in Little Rock. And the second is, I knew I wanted to sell, but I did not have the money. So why would I go and torture myself to a meeting and then still not sell and still want to? So I said, no. 3 months, the girl asked me to this blessed meeting. So finally, one day, she said, hey, do you want to do this meeting? I said, Sandra. She goes, no. She goes, I just have to have a guest. It's at the director's house, and they're going to feed us. I'm like, ding. I said, well, I'm not going to go. So we went up there. It's kind of a trick. Her husband, my boyfriend, they were going to go play basketball or do something. She and I were in the back seat. They were going to drop us off at the meeting. And I told her, I was in the back seat. I said, no, listen, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not selling Mary Kay. She said, that's fine. I just wanted you to come. I said, okay. So I get in there. Of course, I walk in the room, and everybody looks sharp like y'all do. And I'm like, wow. Because I was a business major, okay? So, you know, I thought pretty much about business, right? And so I walk in, and these girls are in skirts and suits, and they look so nice. And there were young women. Now, I was 22, young women there, and then there were women that were older than me, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I mean, I don't even know the oldest one there. But they all were getting along. They all talked to each other. They were having a good time. And I thought, there's got to be some way I can get some money. So I started asking the people at the meeting. I said, hey, my consultant somewhere else. I said, listen, how did you get the money to start this Mary Kay thing? Because I knew she had inventory, so I knew it was more than the kit. You know what I mean? And I thought, if I'm going to do it, I want to have some products. So they said, well, I just got a loan. I said, a loan? They go, yeah, I just went to the bank, got a loan. And I just paid it back for myself. So I'm like, So put an idea in my mind. I went home. I didn't tell her anything. I told her I had a good time, went home. Y'all, the next day, I got an envelope in the mail from my parents. And it was a little letter, and they were in Georgia still, and they sent it to me in Arkansas. And it had my car title, that they had given me a car through college to drive, and they sent me the title. And it had my name on it. I'm like, boom. The next day, I went to the bank, and I put that car title down. I mean, literally, I probably had $70 in the bank. That's it. No savings, $70, something like that. And I put it on the table. I said, I am here for a business loan. Okay? And they're like, okay, ma'am, well, how much do you need? I said, $1,000. And they looked at me like, well, ma'am, that would be a personal loan. You know, a business loan is a little more than that. I said, okay, well, that's fine. And I said, $1,000, that's what I need. And they said, okay. And they said, all right, and we can just go ahead and get that to you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is how easy it is to get $1,000. And so they took my car title. My payment was $89 a month, okay? And I thought, well, surely I could sell $20-something a week to make this payment. I thought if I had to sit at Walmart and grab people off the street, I could do this. I never did that. But anyway, so I called, listen, I did all this without talking to my consultant. So I called her. I said, Sandra, I'm ready to sign up, and I'm going to do that $600 order. Because she had told me about the inventory options. And she said, well, okay. I said, I already got it. She had given me a little packet. I said, I got my order filled out. I'm ready to go. I had a cashier's check ready to go. It was for the kit and for that $600 order. I probably had like $100 left in there to get my business cards and some things like that. And so mailed it off, okay? And so then she said, all right, just like some of these other gals, you need to book 8 parties, and we need to hold at least 5 of them in your first 2 weeks. I said, okay, so this was Tuesday, I mailed it. And so in 2 weeks, I said, no, when does it start? She goes, it starts a week from today. I said, well, if my kid's not in, she goes, that's fine, you can borrow hours. I said, well, how am I get some training? She said, you'll be fine. I said, okay. So you know what? I was used to being in college, people tell me what to do. So I did what she said. I booked 8 parties. I just called friends. I said, I just started Mary Kay. I got to do 8 parties in 2 weeks. Can you be one of my first ones? And so my first part, so it came in, my kid came in the day of. My consultant said, you want me to come do it for you, help you? I said, no, thank you. I thought, if I'm going to mess up, she ain't going to watch me. And nobody can I'm going to do my own thing, right? So I did it, you guys. I did a 2-hour party. I sold about $30. Not good. And so, and I was kind of down about that. But when I got home, I thought $30, $15, divided by 2, $7.50. I was there 2 hours. Boom, I doubled my income. I mean, I only made $4.05 an hour, so $7 an hour, pretty good, right? Anyway, I ended up doing my next party, all computer center. I was working at the computer center. All my computer center friends, they all came. Guess what? They all bought skincare. I couldn't believe it. None of them wore makeup. In the week, I sold $400. I went to a guest event in Little Rock. Not quite this big, but probably about half this big. And y'all, they crowned me the queen of sales. They put a feather boa on me. They all said, everybody get up and bow, clap, and scream for the queen. I'm like, I'm in. You know, and so I just tell y'all that, and my time's about up. That's all in my first week. But anyway, you guys, I love selling the products. I love meeting the people. I love making the money through those sales. I ended up with my first recruit came from my second party. She asked me if she could sell. My second recruit was from my sister. I made her go to a meeting with me. We wrote a hot check. They drew out a check. So who's gonna win? She didn't win, but she got in anyway. We called Daddy. She's still in today. And she's been in 38 years. My third recruit was from a party that I did. At my second seminar, I was a red jacket. I didn't understand the concept. I'm just telling you, I wore my red jacket the first day. The second day I wore something else. My director says, where's your red jacket? I said, I'm not wearing the same thing every day. And she's like, so anyway, you guys, if you've never been to a seminar, you wear it all 3 days. You wear the same thing every day. Anyway, you guys, it's been a wonderful journey. This will be my 40th seminar in a row in Charlotte without missing a seminar, a career conference, a leadership conference, a January Young Star Fall retreat. And I'm telling you, you think that's a lot of events in 39 years. I'll be in 40 years in September. You get something out of everything you go to. So even if you're sitting here and you've been in 4 million years and thinking, and your husband goes, what else could you learn? It's not about that. It's going to be something you hear or someone you see that goes, just like I am, she can do it, I can do it. And so you guys, my journey went from there to becoming a sales director, and of course, you know, being on these top director trips, which is thebomb.com. The first one I was single, so and that was before they let you bring anybody. And so I was nervous about that, you know, but and all my director friends said, find a husband, we can't take all your pictures and hold all your bags. The next year, I brought this guy. And yeah, I'm not even kidding. I met him I met him in April. We got married in July. we went to Maui on the Top Director trip. And we even got married at my Mary Kay meeting. It was a surprise wedding, so you better come to the meetings, you never know. But you guys, I want to end with something. I have so many stories, I could talk forever up here. But one of the things that I did is, and I know a lot of you have done this too, is you let the Lord lead your business. And this verse is so good, and it's one of my little life verses, but also I found it on one of these, y'all heard these God fault cards? They're so good. Okay, so the Bible verse is Proverbs 16:3, all right? And it says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. So you guys, just commit your business to the Lord. He'll establish your plans. You'll go through ups and downs in your business just like I have. I've had, I've been married and divorced and remarried. I've had major surgery, have had my lung come out. I'm taking care of my mother. I mean, there's a lot of things we do as women, and especially in 4 decades, you're going to do a lot. The Lord blesses people who honor what He asks you to do, to honor your father and mother, to work unto the Lord, and to love others. And so I know that you are going to do that. I'm not near where I need to be to meet my goal this year, but we're going to have our bye-bye year, best year ever, best year ever. So all of y'all look at me and go, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
That was a good ending. Okay, are you excited? Y'all need a stretch break or y'all good?